If you're running AWS Direct Connect without macsec encryption, your data is traveling across physical fiber completely unencrypted, and anyone with access to that fiber can potentially intercept it. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that in under 10 minutes. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Network Ninja Cloudcast. I'm your host, and with me today is Alex, who's been diving deep into hybrid connectivity.
Hey, yeah, I've been setting up Direct Connect for our company, and my security team keeps asking about encryption. I thought the dedicated connection meant it was already secure?
That's the misconception I hear constantly. A dedicated physical connection doesn't mean encrypted. Think about it this way. Direct Connect gives you a private road between your data center and AWS, but anyone who can physically access that road, like the colocation facility staff or the fiber provider's technicians, could theoretically tap into it.
Wait, so our financial data is just traveling in plain text over that fiber?
Exactly. And this is where macsec comes in. macsec stands for Media Access Control Security, defined in IEEE 802.1a. It encrypts traffic at layer 2, meaning it secures the Ethernet frames themselves before they even hit the network. It's like putting your packages in a locked armored truck instead of just using a private road.
Okay, so it's encryption at the data link layer. But why layer 2 instead of something like IPsec at layer 3?
Great question. macsec encrypts everything in the Ethernet frame, including the IP headers, VLAN tags, all of it. IPsec only encrypts from layer 3 up. More importantly, macsec is implemented in hardware on the network interface cards, so you get line rate encryption with virtually no latency penalty. We're talking about 256-bit aws-GCM encryption at 10 gigabits per second or 100 gigabits per second speeds with negligible overhead.
Negligible latency? That's incredible. So there's basically no performance hit?
For macsec itself, the latency impact is negligible because it's hardware accelerated. AWS emphasizes that macsec provides line rate encryption with minimal latency impact. Compare that to software-based IPsec VPN, which can add milliseconds and significantly reduce throughput. However, here's the catch. macsec only encrypts the link between your router and the AWS Direct Connect endpoint. It's point-to-point encryption.
So once the traffic enters the AWS network, it's decrypted?
Correct. macsec protects the physical connection, what AWS calls the first mile. For end-to-end encryption, you'd still layer TLS or IPsec on top, but macsec handles the most vulnerable part, that physical fiber running through third-party facilities.
How do I actually enable this? Is it just a checkbox in the console?
Not quite. First, you need a direct connect connection that supports macsec. That means dedicated connections of 10 gigabits per second or 100 gigabits per second. The 1 gigabit per second dedicated connections don't support it. Now, here's something people often miss. macsec is also available on hosted connections at 10 gigabits per second and 100 gigabits per second, though that depends on your Direct Connect partner supporting it. Second, your on-premises router must support macsec with 256-bit aws-GCM. AWS supports both GCM AWS-256 and GCM AWS-XPN-256 cipher suites. For 100 gigabits per second connections, I'd recommend GCM AWS-XPN-256 because it uses extended packet numbering to prevent packet number exhaustion on those high-throughput links.
CKN and CAC are involved somehow, right?
Yes, the Connectivity Association key name and the Connectivity Association key. Think of CKN as the username and CAC as the password. The CAC must be exactly 64 hexadecimal characters, that's 256 bits. The CKN is more flexible. It can range from 2 to 64 hex characters, though AWS recommends using 32 characters for most implementations. In the AWS console, you go to Direct Connect, select your connection, and here's the important part. You first need to create or import a macsec secret into AWS Secrets Manager containing your CKN/CAC pair, then associate that secret with your Direct Connect connection. You then configure the same CKN/CAC pair on your on-premises router. Once both sides have matching keys, they establish a secure association and start encrypting.
What happens if the keys don't match?
The macsec session fails to establish, and depending on your configuration, traffic either falls back to unencrypted or the link goes down entirely. This is actually a common mistake. People configure macsec on the AWS side, forget to update their router, and suddenly their Direct Connect goes dark. Always test in a maintenance window.
Good to know. What's the other big mistake you see?
Assuming macsec replaces all other encryption. I've seen teams disable their application layer TLS because they enabled macsec. Remember, macsec only protects that one physical link. Once traffic enters AWS, it traverses their internal network unencrypted by macsec. You still need TLS for your APIs, encryption at rest for your databases, the whole defense in-depth approach.
Let me make sure I've got this. macsec encrypts at layer 2 using hardware acceleration, so we get line rate encryption with almost no latency. It protects the physical direct connect link, but not beyond that. We need 10 or 100 gigabits per second dedicated connections, or 10 or 100 gigabits per second hosted connections with a supporting partner. We configure it by creating a macsec secret and secrets manager with ckn/ka peers, then associating it with our connection and matching the config on our router.
Perfect summary. My pro tip, rotate those ckn/cat keys regularly. AWS supports key rotation without dropping the connection. You can have up to 3 active key pairs associated with a connection, so you add the new one, let both sides learn it, then remove the old one. Zero downtime key rotation.
That's really useful for compliance audits too.
Absolutely. Go check your Direct Connect connections today and see if macsec is an option for your setup. That's it for today's episode. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
And share this with anyone running Direct Connect who cares about security.
Thanks for watching the Network Ninja Cloudcast. See you in the next one.